working with the upper body today, the AYRx training. We're going to utilize the handholds. I like doing your wrist wrap. And we're first going to focus on hands and wrist. Okay, we're going to focus on the whole body in our full body hang, but hands and wrists. So I rehab a lot of wrists with the swing. And it's really quite simple to step out into a sumo from here. And we're just going to focus on really hanging and actually tractioning the wrists. Again, our intention and attention to a body part is going to make a difference. So we're just tractioning the wrists by gently rocking our hips from side to side. So instead of focusing on the rib cage or the shoulders, we're actually feeling the wrists. We're feeling that space open up there. For people with carpal tunnel, people that spend a lot of time at the computer, this is actually really nice. Okay, so we're only going to do it for as long as it feels good. As soon as the hands get tired or the wrists don't need anymore, then we're going to switch it up. Just notice how good it feels to get a little bit of space in the wrist joint. There's not a whole lot of stretches that give this kind of tractioning. And then we're just going to take a break, shake it out whenever we need to. Now, another way, so I work with a lot of older people that have, mobility and strength issues. And so what I wind up doing with them is teaching them how to just simply rotate their wrists so they're straight. And this seems like a totally simple point, but they all have collapsed wrists, or a lot of them collapse their wrists. And you really want to make sure that your wrist joint is level with your arm and your hands, okay? So that's something that I see quite a bit. And then from that position, we can hang and lift, hang and lift. Now we're working the shoulders here, right? So arms are straight if you can, and it's going to be a tiny movement, and at the same time we're working the legs. So nice and wide. You guys can come to the edges of the mat, nice and wide. There we go. Now if that's too much, which it tends to be on the shoulder joints, right? We plug the shoulders in. We're going to keep the wrists nice and straight. Don't collapse the wrists. That's one of the ways that the wrists get damaged or injured, is they get collapsed nice and straight through the wrists. Pressing down. Yep, shoulders down the back. Lift the chest. Head in line with the body. If your hair is touching the swing, you're in the right place. If you're leaning forward, then you can tell. So straight up and down. Press, press, press. Really good. Working the arms, the hands, the wrists. Let that go. We're going to get back into our full body hang and add some twists. So in this pose, so I put let's try it together. I put the handhold tight on the top of the wrist, and then I grab. So I want it tight. So I pull down all the way. Yeah. So a lot of people are like reaching up too high and having it loose. We really want that tight and then grab. Yeah. Cool. So full body hang, gently rock from side to side. See what it's like to add a little twist for the neck. I like dropping ear to shoulder. Your shoulder's right there, so it shouldn't be too far. That feels nice. After we gently swag, just letting the hips explore in the space, really emphasizing the shoulders, the scapula, the ribs, the heart, the lungs, the chest, the upper back, thoracic. Then we're going to add our twist. It's our helicopter spin. So first we'll walk it. We're going to walk the left foot over to the right, and then the right foot steps back behind you. So we're wide center on the mat, on that axis the whole time. And then you're going to look back underneath your left armpit. Yeah, that one. I know. The other way. Okay, and then we're going to pick up our right foot and swing it all the way around, and then twist. Really good. And then step and twist. Nice. Bringing out the spine. Step and twist. Right, so that's one version. The other version is we pick up the feet and we spin and do the helicopter spins to the other side. Yeah, and then we pick up the feet and spin. It's a little bit strong on the shoulders, but it's a really awesome stretch at the same time. Pick up the feet and spin one last time. There you go. Awesome. And like, if it feels good to hang out, you can push the hips forward and back, and that changes everything. So there's lots of different variations we can do there from the twist. Come on back to center. Stretch it out. Shake it out. Awesome. Okay, so obviously the hands and wrists get tired easily, right? So we're going to do one hand at a time, coming into our triangle pose, and that way we get a little break, a little intermission in between. So let's start with our right, nice and strong. Grip, we're going to step out wide center on our mat. Then we're going to turn our left toes out to the left, shoot your hips to the right, and then just let the body hang. So this is so great for the arm, the shoulder, the wrist, the head, the neck. Arch through the chest. Keep your head pressing back into that invisible wall. Press your hips forward at the same time. Come into the side plane in one straight line, and then your hand is just dangling. Beautiful. Roll the head around, roll the neck around if that feels good to find a deeper stretch. And then if you like coming into some self-massage here, some yoga massage, you can use your hand to help deepen the stretch on the neck. Don't go too far, just whatever feels good. Okay, let's switch sides. Come on up. Holding on to your wrist wrap, nice and strong. Turn your right toes out to the side. Let your right ear drop to shoulder. Arch through the chest. Press the back of your head into the invisible wall and press your hips forward. And hang. In this pose, I like to roll my head around and see if I can get a deeper stretch or release and adjustment. And then if self-massage, if some yoga massage feels good, you can do some hands-on to help the neck release. Beautiful. Awesome. Just a shorter version. Usually I like to stay here for 3 to 5 minutes with variations, but we're going to come back up, give the hands a break. Coming back to the first side. Now I'm going to have all my toes pointing forward at first, and then let's try right toes going out to the right, and then dropping your head into your arm, and shooting your hips out to the left. So this is a little bit different than the triangle, but this is usually how I like to start to open up the rib cage. And then I'm going to turn my toes facing forward, and then left toes out to the left, back into triangle pose, driving the hips out to the right. And then I'm going to pick up my left foot and hold on to it. Now if I can hold on to my foot, I'm going to arch through my chest and have an even deeper stretch. Now that could come into some form of pigeon, it could come into a side tree. See what feels good. Just hold on to the foot. But keep arching, keep pressing your head into the back of an invisible wall, as well as drop your ear to shoulder. Really strong on the wrist. Can you feel that big stretch? Go ahead and release, shake it out. Last one. So all kinds of variations we can do there, and some freestyle, some free flow. But let's go ahead and turn the left toes out and just lean into it. So you're going to get this nice opening with the underbelly of the left arm, and this might be enough. It's such a good stretch for the subscapula. It's so simple. And then all toes pointing forward, right toes out to the right, back through our triangle pose. Really stretch it out. Go as far as it feels good for today. And then we're going to pick up our right foot and hold on to it. With our hand, stay arched. Either find pigeon or the bottom of the foot on the inner thigh. Arch and open, ear to shoulder, pressing your head back, pressing the hips forward. Oh yeah, big stretch. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and place that foot back down. And let's just shake it out. We're not doing lower body today, but I'm just going to show you same full body hang. We can do our core strengthening here. So if you wanted to finish it up with the wrist wraps, lifting both knees up into the chest, squeeze. I usually do 10 rounds of knee lifts. If that's too hard, you can bicycle, and if that's too much, you can just march in place. So there's 3 different variations from advanced, intermediate to a beginner level, but it's really good from the full body hang with the spine nice and long, tractioning the spine out of the pelvis and creating space for the vertebrae to strengthen the intrinsic muscles around the discs so that the back can heal and you can keep that space when you're done. So all of the lengthening and strengthening simultaneously is what ultimately heals the spine. All right.